Hey guys, welcome to my channel Saumya's Bookstation. I'm Saumya. If you like my videos, please like and share them and subscribe to my channel. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the classics that I want to read. So let's get started. Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Guys, this is an English translation of a French novel by the same name. The genre of this book is historical fiction, and this is a story about the history of France, and this has apparently many characters. One of the main characters of this book is that of an ex-convict named Jean Valjean who tries to seek redemption. Apparently this is a very acclaimed book, and I wanted to read it since the longest time, and I got my hands on it actually pretty early on in 2017 beginning itself. This book is pretty thick, and I think it's going to take me a very long time to finish it whenever I start reading it. The edition that I have is the Penguin cloth bound hardcover edition, and I'm totally in love with it because it's so pretty, and I'm really excited to read this book. The Great Gatsby by f.scott. This is a story about a self-made mysterious millionaire named Gatsby and his love and obsession with a beautiful lady named Daisy Buchanan. When they finally reunite, tragedies start striking them. This story has been told from the perspective of their neighbor and friend. This again is a highly acclaimed book, and I am just so excited to read it as well. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Now about this particular copy that I have, I'm not really sure if it's the abridged or the unabridged version. I'm hoping it's the unabridged one, but I'm still not sure. I'll have to read to find out. This is a story about four sisters and their journey from childhood to adulthood. This is a delightful story. I've read some of it from another copy that I had, but that was not a very good looking copy, and that kind of dampened my spirits while reading that book. But this one is so pretty. I am going to read this book very soon. Malgudi Days by R.K. Narayan. This is a collection of 32 short stories set in a fictional town named Malgudi. Now I know R.K. Narayan by a very popular Indian TV series by the same name. This series was first aired on Doordarshan before I was born, but I've seen a couple of episodes in the reruns on Doordarshan itself. Now Doordarshan itself is a history kind of, but I'm telling you how I know R.K. Narayan, and I think I've heard that his books are really light-hearted, they're simple, they're charming, and I cannot wait to dive into this book. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. This story is set in France and London during and before the time of French Revolution. This story basically focuses on the French peasantry, which was, exploited by the aristocrats of France. This is, I think, a very dark novel. I have heard a lot about it. Before this, I have read Great Expectations by Charles Dickens and Oliver Twist and The Christmas Carol. So I am very well aware of the prowess of Charles Dickens as a writer, and it was an obvious choice for me to go to this book after I read those three. So that's the reason I want to read this book. Persuasion by Jane Austen. This is a story of a 27-year-old Anne Elliot who is supposedly too old to get married, or maybe has very few prospects of finding love. Now guys, I have read few pages of this book, like 20-25 pages, and those pages are hilarious, trust me. Her father's character is so amusing. Apparently there's a line in this book where she has implied that he is more into his looks than a woman can be. That line has been written so amusingly that I kept on laughing for a long time. Basically, Anne Elliot is the only one who has some sense in her house. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I actually knew about this book since a very long time, but I was not particularly interested in reading it. But then I watched the videos of Haley in Bookland quite often, and she's pretty much obsessed with this story, so I thought that kind of influenced me, and that's why I got my hands on this. By the way, this is a very beautiful copy that I have. I just love it, and this is a children's classic, but this is a classic still, so I'll be reading it. So these are the 7 classics that I really want to read in 2017, and I hope I'll read all of them. So if you want to get your hands on any of the books that I mentioned, I'll leave the link in the description. Do let me know, by the way, if you have read any of these books, or you plan on reading any of these books, or any other classics that you want to read. I would love to know about that. So that was it for my today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you want to connect with me on my social media, then the links are in the description box. I'll be back with my next video super soon. Bye!